got drawn away from the amount of money Jensen wanted. So, I mean, Spencer Long...
What are they saving it for, though?
Yeah, I was thinking that, too, because you gave Spencer Long 4 years, $28 million, $7 million per year, and he I believe he was a left guard that moved to center, like, back in 2016 with the Redskins.
I'll take your word for it.
Something like that. He definitely wasn't a center to begin with. And, I like the deal only because you need help at the center position. It's a hole you needed to fill in the offensive line. So I understand that, but I feel like they were just better guys you could have got.
I agree with that a lot. I'd like to. I know it's $28 million over 4 years. I'd like to know how much of that's guaranteed. First and foremost. The other thing is, I think this is another smart signing on their part, just for the sake of you look at it and it fills a need. And I know he had some injury history. He just got a surgery on his quads, and he had some knee troubles. I think that getting the surgery on the quads might relieve some of the pressure on his knees that he might have been compensating for.
Yeah,
there's a lot of upside to this deal, but it could also blow up in their face. So.
It's kind of funny that the Jets end up getting Kirk Cousins as center, and they still miss out on him.
It was actually, Manish Mehta.
Yeah. The piece of garbage.
He posted a picture of Kirk Cousins and Spencer Long, and he's like, one of these people went to the Jets.
Oh, give me straight.
It was kind of funny. I'll give it to him.
Oh, good God. I can't stand Manish Mehta. I'm not afraid to say.
He likes the Jets, but rips on him so much.
That Wilkerson thing that he tweeted was horrible.
Yeah, he's a little rough.
Boomer and Gio did a good job with him.
What did he tweet about Wilkerson? I didn't see that.
He tweeted something like he shouldn't go to New Orleans because of his alcohol issues or something like that.
It's not even that, though. If you followed him throughout, Muhammad Wilkerson's whole career, like if you followed Mehta, he hated Wilkerson from the beginning, and then even Richardson, Marshall. I mean, I they had the reason to get their criticism, but still, like he really just totally lays down the line. He doesn't care.
And the worst part about that was not just the insinuations about him having an alcohol problem. The fact that he wouldn't even back it up. Oh, I just put out the tweet. It's up to your own interpretation.
Yeah,
that's making it. Like, come on, back up your work if you call it that.
Yeah, Boomer and Gio did a good job with him. They really did. So speaking of the Jets, they re-signed Morris Claiborne to a one-year deal worth $7 million, according to Pro Football Focus. Last year, he had a 48.5 overall grade, although something tells me that if Dominic was grading him, he'd have graded him a lot higher. What are your thoughts on the deal, buddy?
I was actually clapping just because of all the Jets news. But
okay.
I do like the Claiborne signing simply because, again, it's $2 more million than he got last year. And it's like almost another Prumi deal. We're not going to sign you long-term because we're waiting until you can stay healthy maybe, or just show us your full effort. And him and Jamal Adams had a great connection this season. When Claiborne re-signed, Jamal Adams tweeted right away, as he's been doing this whole offseason.
He really has.
He really has. Great recruiter.
Jamal Adams has been the best recruiter on the Jets.
Oh yeah,
but he's even better than McCagnon.
Yeah. So
doing a better job.
He is.
I like this piece for the Jets to keep their their secondary together. And again, I'm just seeing all these connections to maybe Matthew, aka
the
Honey Badger. That's supposedly it's going around. Don't really know what's going to happen. Jets, Giants, Cowboys, all rumored. I tweeted at him before the show. I'd love to see him. I told him, please sign with the Jets at around 3:30 so I can cry on air.
I also want Eric Ebron. I will say that.
You know what? I will say this. The loss of Austin Seferian-Jenkins, makes that possible simply because he's a cheap option because he hasn't really flourished yet. And if he's demanding money, then he's not going to be going to any team.
Rich Cimini of ESPN said that the Jets are comfortable with their current tight ends. I don't know if that's true or not.
I hope not.
But if it is, Todd Bowles needs to clean his glasses. I know he doesn't wear glasses, but he needs to get some and clean them.
No, definitely, because especially that Jordan Leggett, didn't play at all last season because of an injury. And I'll admit, I kind of like Eric Tomlinson, but mainly as a blocker tight end, obviously not a receiver tight end. So I think, you can look to maybe add Eric Ebron. Also, I really like the Penn State tight end, the one with 4 fingers on one hand or something like that. He's really good, though. Yeah. He had a really good combine. So, maybe do an Eric Ebron and draft him.
I like Troy Fumagalli out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He had some really good production last year. So, let's switch gears to that other tenant of MetLife Stadium. We've spent 20 minutes talking about the Jets. We got to give the Giants some love here on Beyond the Game on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. Sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino, Eric Fischetti, and Nick Ornberger. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. Eric, you want to say something?
So this just came out. This is Giants news. They just restructured the contract of Alec Ogletree, and basically what happened is they changed his cap hit from $10 million to $4.75.
All right, gives him some more room.
Wow.
Gives him some more room to
that's
play
a big
with.
drop.
Frees up
I'm telling you now.
5.25.
I'm telling you now. I know we're going to get into the Giants now. There are more cuts coming.
Yes,
Marshall's
there
going
are.
to be the biggest name. John Jerry might be out there. Dwayne Harris might be out there. Shane Vereen might be out there.
Hey, the Giants might get Ryan Jensen and move Brett Jones over to guard. You don't need Quentin Nelson in that case.
I wouldn't be mad if that happened at all.
Definitely
I mean,
not.
you know, there are people saying that they should pick Quentin Nelson at 2.
No chance.
That is a reach. I
No.
like him a lot, but
That's
that is
why
a
you
reach.
trade with the Jets.
Exactly. It makes perfect sense. I'm telling you. I don't care what anyone says. The Jets and the Giants are perfect trade partners.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Speaking of the Giants' offensive line, they signed Nate Solder to a 4-year deal worth $62 million, according to Pro Football Focus. Last year for the Patriots, he had a 75.7 overall grade. Eric, what do you think of the deal?
This was great news to wake up to on day 2 of free agency because the Giants missed out on Norwell, which was actually a huge curveball because there
really was.
There were reports that came out that said Norwell to the Giants was, quote, and in air quotes, a done deal. So we slept on it. And that's a huge mistake.
And especially to the Jaguars, too. Like,
Look, they are
that
making
offensive line.
They are making a huge case to win the Super Bowl this year.
They can do it with Blake Bortles as quarterback. Let me tell you.
It's not crazy at all. They're within one game of getting to the Super Bowl, but they're making a good case for themselves. But when you're a quarterback in the NFL, you want to make sure that when you're going into the offensive situation, your blind side is protected. And in this case, when Eric Flower is protecting your blind side, the chances of you getting out of there without a sack is slim to none. He got better towards the end of the year, but in any case where you can...
Thing is, though, he is a good pass blocker.
He is...
He's a horrible run blocker, but a hell of a pass blocker.
He is, but he should have moved from left tackle a long time ago.
I agree with you.
So him moving over to right tackle, which is what Shermer said that he was going to do, and he also came out and said, you're going to earn your spot. So he's in trouble, too.
He was picked by the old regime.
I understand that, but still, you need all the help that you can get with this offensive line. And being that he's been there for a while, it's his chance to grow. If he doesn't grow, see you later. But in this case, this was a great deal for the Giants. It was the second option because apparently every Carolina Panther and Arizona Cardinal under the sun was getting looked at by the Giants.
Yeah.
Which I just want to touch on. I'm not mad about it because when there's a new regime in there, Gettleman with the Panthers and then Betcher with the Cardinals, you need to implement a system that you're comfortable with, and it's a brand new system, so you need some players that were in that system. So it makes sense. But literally every Panther and Cardinal under the sun were getting looked at by the Giants. But in this case, when this former Patriot was getting looked at, this was a great move by the Giants, even though it was the second option, because now Eli's blindside is protected, and right now, this second, they're going in the right direction of improving the offensive line.
Yeah, thank you for signing Nate Solder away from the Patriots.
By the way, there's an underlying story there.
What's that?
You guys remember when the whole health thing with Tom Brady, Bill Belichick,
The Guerrero
split,
story?
yeah, this
Or whatever.
split
Yeah.
in the franchise?
Yeah.
Has
that hit
anybody
piece.
else noticing that look, Bill Belichick is the GM and the head coach of that team. Nothing goes down without his say-so. He just let Malcolm Butler walk. He just let Nate Solder walk. I'm just saying, if there was any truth to that reporting at all, this team is slowly being dismantled. And if it was me that was kind of being the guy being pushed out, talking about myself as Belichick, I would like to leave them in as winless a situation as possible. I just think this is it's very subtle. It's happening slowly, but they are losing big piece after big piece, and they're not really doing anything.
Yeah, a lot too. Deion Lewis, Danny Amendola.
Well, Deion Lewis, they really didn't use though. That's the thing.
Towards the end of
I'd
the
rather
season,
Lewis
he
than
did.
Burkhead, though.
Yes, I agree.
I'm very wary about New England running backs when they leave New England.
Yeah.
But Deion Lewis, I like him.
Yeah.
I like Deion Lewis too. Until I see the Patriots do badly, I'm not going to be sounding the alarm. But I do see what you're saying with the Patriots losing a bunch of their pieces. I still think that Seth Wickersham piece was a hit piece. You know, again, until I see the Patriots doing badly, Belichick has earned the right for me to give him the benefit of the doubt. So the Giants signed Kareem Martin to a 3-year deal worth $15 million, according to Pro Football Focus. Last year for the Cardinals, he had a 75.2 overall grade. Eric, what are your thoughts on the deal?
Apparently this was an underrated move because being that the Cardinals lost him, their defense is going to take a huge hit.
They're going to take a huge hit anyway. Do you know who their quarterbacks are?
Exactly, Sam Bradford.
And Mike Glennon, too. Holy Christmas.
Yeah, the Cardinals are just going to fall off.
That NFC West, besides the Rams, they are going to stink.
What about the Niners?
The Niners, okay. Well, I still want to know how Garoppolo does in a full season. That's all I'm going to
We'll see, but they're making a good case for
I
themselves.
do like the Niners, I will admit.
But just to go to the Martin signing, this just falls into what I'm talking about when you're changing a brand new scheme into a 3-4 scheme, which is what Betcher likes to run. You need these kind of players that understand the system. I'm not mad about it. I like the deal. And this kind of relieves the pain of seeing Devon Kennard go.
Yeah, that was a big loss for the
That
Giants.
hurt. And the thing that bothers me is they didn't offer him a contract.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot. But Giants
This seems to be
fans
happening a lot this free agency. Teams
which
letting
one?
players go without offering them contracts.
Well, you know what? It just falls into the point of free agency basically happened all at once because you had all these big names, basically handshake agreements and verbal agreements without putting the pen to paper yet, saying, all right, I'm going to sign here, we're expected to sign here, we're expected to sign here, and then everything else just kind of slows down at the moment, so you're trying to get the scraps and pieces from free agency and seeing who else is out there. But this just, to me, is a scheme... a signing that's basically saying, all right, we're implementing a new scheme with a 3-4 defense. This guy knows how to run it. He did very well in it. So let's, bulk up the defense even more.
So I just got a text from one of my friends who's a big Bills fan. He wants us to talk about the Bills and what they may do in the draft. You know what? I really think that they're going to trade up with either the Giants or the Colts to get a quarterback, because I know they just signed A.J. McCarron, but there's no way that you can go with him as your starter this year. Yeah. You just don't know what you're going to get out of McCarron.
Yeah, it's not the safe move for the Bills, especially they have the team for it. If you look at their team, they're definitely on the uprise, which is unfortunate to say, but
they've got some good pieces in place with Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane.
Yeah, and they also just added Trent Murphy out of Washington, who I really
but I don't
like.
know what I'm going to get out of him, though.
Yeah,
he
but
missed the whole year. I actually know someone who interviewed for a job with the Bills. I don't know if he got it or not, but if the Bills end up hiring him, they got a really smart guy.
Yeah.
So, it's very possible that the Bills could move up. I actually think that's the most likely option, given what the Bills did with the Cordy Glenn trade, just getting that extra piece. They still have the 22nd overall pick. If you're a team like the Giants or the Colts, getting 12 and 22 in this year's draft, as opposed to just 6 or 15 in this year's draft, that's got to be really appealing to you. The Bills are in a very good spot, and it kills me to say it. So let's go back to the Giants, because the Bills are not a real New York team, no matter what you may think. They signed Patrick Omameh to a 3-year deal worth $15 million. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
He's got to earn the right.
Exactly. That sounds familiar. I think I said that out in the hall.
Oh, wait, you did?
According to Pro Football Focus, last year for the Jaguars, he had a 53.6 overall grade. Eric, what do you think of the deal?
With this deal, Justin Pugh is gone. DJ Fluker is gone. It's clear to me...
Fluker signed already, didn't he?
Not with the Giants.
No, but didn't he sign somewhere else? I thought I saw his name pop up.
I think Seattle.
He signed with Seattle. Okay, yeah, Dominic, go ahead and look.
I know he had interest in Seattle. I don't know if it's official yet, but I do know that he was looking over there.
The Giants just made a move in signing Curtis Riley, a cornerback. It's just a depth move. Just figured I'd bring that up. Dominic, you texted me that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's basically all it is. It's a depth move. But
hey, it's something that the Jets need. Jets need a lot of help with their depth.
This is starter money, because this was kind of... Andrew Norwell took Omameh's spot in Jacksonville now, because obviously Norwell signed in Jacksonville. But this just bolsters up the offensive line even more.
Yeah.
You're protecting the blind side, because I kind of drew it out. It's Solder, Omame, Jones at center, and then John Jerry, assuming he's still there, and Eric Flowers.
I'm telling you, Jensen's going to sign with the Giants, and Jones is going to slide over to right guard. That's my bold prediction. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now, and I called the Giants signing Jonathan Stewart, by the way. So if you'll permit me,
I'll take your word for it.
I also had Loyola beating.
Where's my Seahawks? Where's my Seahawks falling apart?
Yes. You did say that the Seahawks would fall apart. You were 100% right there. I'll give you the sound effect.
But then also, so DJ Fluker is just visiting the Seahawks today.
He's just visiting.
Nothing has been completed.
Okay, I thought I saw his name.